9770 XT, it's Dave Michaels, and there you go, the Man in Black, here in spirit, and boy, this guy right here. This is Harold Ford and the Cash Band, and Harold plays Johnny Cash, and he does a really, really good job. Harold, thanks for dropping by here today.
Well, it's fun. I'm glad to have the opportunity to do it.
You do that one more time for us, just say, hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
Wow. And that's not he doesn't have to push that. That just comes natural. You really have a great band with us today. Thanks again, guys, for coming on in. You guys recreate the sound of the Tennessee Three in Cash's later years and also a little bit of the Highwaymen. How long have you guys been playing Cash's music?
Less than a year.
Less than a year, boy. And it sounds like you've been playing Johnny Cash, or at least a part of it, all your life. Music's always been a part of your life, right, Harold? You grew up in a music-nurturing family?
Very musical. My father was an engineer, but he was one of the best banjo players in the country. And my mother was as good as anybody on piano, and she wrote also. And whenever there was a family get-together, it was always quality music. So my sister and I were doing harmonies by the time we were 4 years old, so we never stopped the music thing.
And what did you grow up listening to in your household?
A good variety of everything, from classical to country, and I like it all.
A friend of yours, a little over a year ago, talked you into an open mic night? Is that true?
Yes, that's true. Actually, our business manager and fiancé here, she really had to get on me to go up there. I mean, I said yes, and I thought she would forget it, and she didn't. So she got on me again, and I said, okay, and I thought she would forget it, and she didn't. So finally, an open mic came, and she says, you're going. So I says, okay. And so I did, and everything started to happen then.
What was the reaction? And why did you choose Johnny Cash?
I don't think I did. I think she did.
Okay.
She said, do a couple of those Johnny Cash songs. So.
And what was the reaction that night?
Of the crowd. Well, I noticed that they really got into it. I mean, their hands were clapping and their feet were stomping, and we had the people from downstairs come upstairs, and I was thinking to myself, hey, this isn't bad.
Now, did you always get that reaction? You played guitar before you got a band together. You've always played, music.
I have played for pleasure and for families and at different... I always had a good reaction, but this seemed to be sort of a hand in a glove situation here where I really got a lot more reaction than I thought I would get.
Yeah, and for those of people at home, Harold, you're not an impersonator, but you really do channel the spirit of Johnny Cash and everything he embodies from, his movements and gestures and his onstage presence. And boy, you just sound just like him, and it's just amazing. You get a great reaction from people when you go out and play too, right?
Yes, it's sort of an overall reaction. You hear the same things at most shows, the appearance, the act, the vocal. And I think it's because I really understand the message that he gives, and I like the music, and I sort of feel honored, and I feel good about being able to carry it on.
What can people expect from the whole experience?
They can expect a high-energy show, and we cover most of Johnny Cash' most popular numbers, plus some others that weren't so popular but are really entertaining.
He's channeling Johnny Cash. It's Harold Ford and the Cash Band. Harold, tell us how you assembled this star-studded band. You have some great players here.
Well, we played at a few different places, and we were sort of, in the same areas, and we just sort of found out about each other and just, let's get together and have like a jam session and thing, and it just developed over a few months, and we decided to stay with it.
Yeah, where do you want to take this band? Is this something you just want to do as a hobby, or do you want to make it to be a bigger thing?
The goal is to be on as many stages and to pass this message to as many people and enjoy doing it as we can.
And I got to remind people, if you want to see these guys in person, there's some great videos and audio of it as well. After you get done listening to this at thejohnnycashband.com. That's where you can find Harold Ford and the Cash Band, our guest. And this is kind of like your destiny. I mean, you almost begrudgingly do it. I mean, how do I put it? Would you rather have found a music career of writing your own songs and performing under, your own making?
Not really. I sort of feel really in place doing Johnny Cash songs. I really identify with them, and I feel very comfortable, and they have a lot of meaning to me. So I feel really in place doing this.
Johnny Cash was truly a legend, and there's so many people out there that didn't get a chance, like myself, to see him in concert, and you're the next closest thing, and you really embody everything that Johnny was. And when you have Lucy up there singing, it's really just a great connection you two have.
Thank you.
And to see you perform it here in the studio, but checking out some of the video on stage at your website, it's just amazing. It is like watching Johnny Cash and the band play. Really great stuff. Well, we wish you the very best in the future.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for coming on in.
Thank you.
TheJohnnyCashBand.com is the website, TheJohnnyCashBand.com. And check them out in person. You don't want to miss these guys. All right. Hey, Harold, thanks a lot for coming on in. Thanks, guys, for playing this. Truly amazing.
Every time I look at you, I fall in love. All over again. Every time I think of you, it all began.